Now, coming up on 6:30 on WKYT this morning, a brutal winter storm continuing to make life challenging for thousands of Kentuckians who are waking up this morning without running water.
Lexington police say the victim of an overnight burglary near UK's campus slept through the crime.
And honoring a former Kentucky governor in bronze.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. It's so good to have you with us on this Tuesday as we get things off and rolling. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith.
And we have about 100 school closings again. It's busy this morning, still trying to dig out from the issues of last week as the winter weather woes continue to impact communities all across the Commonwealth this morning.
And we are off to another bitterly cold start. Meteorologist Micah Harris is in our First Alert Weather Center with a look at what's happening with the temps.
Yeah, with those temperatures, we're sitting there in the teens down in the far southern zones. Then we're adding a little moisture to that. And when you do that, you always get some snow out of the mix. And that's what we're seeing down south. It's not much, but there is some still flying around. Just got to be watching out for that. We do have a winter weather advisory for Knox, or rather Bell County, Harlan, and also Letcher County until 1 p.m. So we have some time as this little system scoots right across the far southern zones. Current temperatures in the single digits and teens. Nobody below zero here in the Bluegrass region. You got to go to the far northern zones, Covington, go off into, say, Mason County, Mayslick, work your way off into Maysville, or maybe even back toward Lewis County, Vanceburg, that area. But for the most part, we're in the single digits and teens, and that's where we're going to start off this morning. Finish off in the mid-20s. We'll get in the 30s for tomorrow for most, and then it's downhill from there on out. I'll show you that latest forecast off towards your weekend coming up.
All right, we're looking for that uphill side. It'll get here soon, and let's get to the news.
Well, more than 40,000 Kentuckians are waking up without running water this morning. That's in part why Kentucky is still under a state of emergency a week after a brutal winter storm.
It's been a tough period. Most of the problems are out in eastern Kentucky, but there is now a mandatory water conservation order in the city of Winchester. WKYT's Hillary Thornton is there live this morning to explain what this mandate means there in Clark County. Good morning.
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. That's right. Winchester is just the latest community to experience water issues following last week's winter storm. Officials here last night issued a mandatory conservation order. That came after they said several water main breaks throughout the city caused a water shortage. Now, statewide, there are now 18 counties experiencing water problems with more than 40,000 households without water. Kentucky emergency management officials say Clay, Harlan, and Pike counties were the hardest hit. Emergency management and the transportation cabinet are coordinating delivery of 160,000 gallons of water per day to regional warehouses. The Kentucky National Guard has also been called in to help. They're helping with water deliveries in Pike and Harlan counties. Now, while most of the problems are being reported out of eastern Kentucky, there are issues popping up in central Kentucky, like here in Winchester, as well as Estill County, where around 2,500 people are waking up this morning without running water. County leaders there say a series of issues related to this weather led to the problem. They say a power outage at the water plant, broken water lines, and the fact people have been using too much water to prevent pipes from freezing caused that shortage there. Now, back here in Winchester, officials are calling it a phase 2 water shortage alert, which is what triggered that mandatory conservation order. And that order is in effect until further notice, and you can be fined if you do not comply with that order. Live in Winchester, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Hillary, thank you. There have been at least 12 weather-related deaths in Kentucky since last week's snow and bitterly cold temperatures arrived. According to the Cabinet for Health and Family Services, 3 deaths in Kentucky were directly related to the weather, 9 others indirectly related.
Cleanup continues in Richmond, where businesses were damaged by several rounds of winter storms. Several inches of heavy snow on the roofs of downtown businesses has started to melt. That's what's leading to water damage. The owner of Courier's Music World said there was an inch of standing water in her store. Another business owner says he's lucky the damage to his store was not worse.
They look like a swimming pool. They're on top of the roof. So whenever you've got about 13, 14 inches of snow, and then the rain that we had on top of that, caused for a pretty dangerous situation. And fortunately, the roof didn't cave in, but it could have been pretty close.
Store owners say Richmond firefighters are helping them clean up the leaks and prevent any further damage. Well, snow removal had to be contracted out in one Kentucky county after a maintenance garage was destroyed in a fire. Road crews in Lawrenceburg are trying to salvage what they can from the garage. Several vehicles, including snowplows, were destroyed in the weekend fire. For the latest weather information and complete lists of closings and delays, go to WKYT.com.
6:34 is the time on WKYT, and new this morning we're tracking a crime alert near the UK campus. Lexington police say someone picked a lock and got into a home on Maxwell Street near Rose Street. The suspect stole a laptop and a TV while someone was sleeping inside. They didn't wake up. A roommate came home and noticed the crime. Well, funeral arrangements are now pending for a 13-year-old boy who died after police say he crashed a car that he was driving. Hopper Funeral Home in Barberville identifies the boy now as Jathan Patterson. State police say he and a 14-year-old girl took off in Jathan's mother's car early yesterday morning. The car crashed on Highway 3439 and both victims were thrown from the car. Investigators say Jathan died at the scene, and the girl is expected to recover. State police say Jathan's mother did not know he was gone until they told her about the crash. After failing to pass last week, a bill involving transgendered students in Kentucky schools is now moving forward. The bill passed a special meeting yesterday almost unanimously. WKYT's Mark Barber is at our live desk to break down what this controversial bill means. Mark?
Good morning, Bill. The hotly contested transgender bill is getting a second chance. Senate Bill 76 would ban transgender students from using restrooms of their sexual identity. Instead, the bill requires that students use bathrooms that match their biological sex. The controversial bill was filed after Louisville High School decided to let a transgender student who was born male but identified as female use female locker rooms and restrooms. The bill failed in the Senate Education Committee on Thursday, but the panel revisited the bill last night. Two Republicans who were absent last week were present last night and the bill passed. Opponents of the bill say it was not on the committee's agenda, so the panel voted on it without any prior notice. According to our partners at the Herald Leader, the director of the Fairness Campaign is calling the committee's approval of the bill ludicrous, willful, and mean-spirited. On the other side of the debate, supporters of the bill say the rights of transgender students are being placed above other students. One student testified before the committee last night that many female students have decided not to use the bathroom at school at all because they are not comfortable using restrooms with transgender students. Senate Bill 76 is expected to be approved by the Republican-led Senate, which will then send it to the Democratic-controlled House. From the live desk, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you very much. The Magoffin County Judge Executive has been ordered to vacate office.
Charles Doc Hardin won the November race by 28 votes over John Montgomery, but a Magoffin County Circuit judge ruled the election results should be thrown out and the seat vacated because of possible vote buying and violations of elections rules. Hardin says he plans to appeal the ruling. Kentucky Senator Rand Paul is on the road courting voters as he considers a possible run for president. He spent time over the weekend in Florida on the home turf of former Governor Jeb Bush and Senator Marco Rubio. Both men are also considering a run for the presidency. Senator Paul says he's trying to drum up support amongst conservative voters before he decides if he will run.
I don't want to do it just on a lark. I want to do it because we really think that the message is such that we could win.
Senator Paul says he could make a decision on whether or not to run as early as April.
Kentucky residents could register to vote on the internet under a bill that passed the State House of Representatives. Currently, only soldiers who are deployed overseas and other Kentucky residents living abroad can register to vote online. Democratic Secretary of State Allison Lundergan Grimes has endorsed the bill, which is now headed to the Republican State Senate. The Pikeville Main Street program is trying to raise funds to place a bronze statue of former Governor Paul Patton in a park in his eastern Kentucky hometown. The Main Street's director there, Minta Trimble, wrote to potential donors for the $75,000 fundraising effort, saying the group hopes to have the design for the statue completed by October. Patton served 2 terms as governor of the Commonwealth in 1995 to 2003. 6:38 now.
Let's check to see how traffic is moving this morning. Not really hearing of too many issues.
Right, let's see if that's the case. Here's Officer Don with live drive traffic. Good morning, Don.
Good morning. Well, not too many issues to deal with right now. Traffic is light. Roads are in a lot better condition. Still some patches of ice left over, but we know what to do there. Inbound Nicholasville Road starting in Jessamine County, past Brennan Crossing, all the way toward Man o' War, and even in front of the mall. Traffic looks good. Harrodsburg Road through the crossovers in the same situation as we get a live look outside. To get a look at downtown, Broadway and High, traffic's picking up there, but things are moving. On our Waze map, not a lot happening this morning, even through the construction zones. On the inner and outer loops of New Circle around Versailles and Leestown, traffic is steady. Same deal inbound Leestown. Now, they're going to be working there today. You can count on that, trying to make up for some lost time. So that will pick up as we get into rush hour. Now back to you in the studio.
All right, everybody, buckle up this morning, stay alert, and watch out for the possibility of those slick spots remaining out there. 6:39 on WKYT. Here on this Tuesday morning.
We hope your morning's off to a great start.
That is
the name of a new
habanero
item at a restaurant just says it all. Find out why folks have to sign a waiver before eating one burger. That's coming up.
Temperatures are in the single digits and teens outside. Arctic blast is on its way as we head toward midweek, along with your snow chances. Now, I'll talk about how much snow you're going to be expecting coming up next.